Hello, welcome back. So I have been wanting a program to track my time. There was a week where I had spent an entire week tracking literally every single minute of some of what I was working on, and it was probably one of my most productive weeks. But the one thing that I hated about doing it was the fact that I had to manually set in my own times to like say exactly what I was doing. I wanted something that would be automatic, and I wouldn't have to think about it. I would just turn it on, and I'll just let it run, and then it tracks whatever application I'm using automatically. I went through looking for different applications and different stuff, and I couldn't find something that hit all my needs personally. There were stuff out there that came very close. Probably my favorite thing that I ended up finding actually was through a friend that pretty much hit like everything that I wanted and everything that I was looking for plus extra. And it was this app called Rise. Now, I ended up using this for about 4 days until I started to notice something. There were two other things that were important to me that I didn't know at the time. One was security. Personally, I would prefer to just have everything on my computer so I don't have to send anything over the internet. And I noticed with this application that whenever I used it, I would get an email at the end of the day from the Rise company telling me how I utilize my time throughout the day. And I thought it was cool at first, but then I realized, wait a second, I'm sending everything that I'm doing over to a company, and I don't know what their safety policy is or whatever. But even if they didn't want to use your information and sell it to like advertisers or something, no company is able to be hack proof. So even if they weren't using your data, which I'm not sure if they are, this isn't an accusation, but even if they're not, the possibility of your information getting leaked out there, getting to advertisers, getting to spam callers, and getting to people, whatever, like saying like, hey, this person uses this app and this app or whatever. It was like, why am I doing that? Why am I sending information out? That was one big thing. The other big thing, and this is honestly the biggest concern out of mine, is the pricing. So it's either $120 a year or $17 a month. To me, it seems kind of crazy to charge for that much, but I will say this. If you are not too concerned about the security aspect or information getting out there, and you're okay with spending $120 a year, this app, I actually would recommend it because it has a lot of cool features. It tracks what you're doing and has built-in music integration. It's really, really nice. And it's promoted by Ali Abdaal, right? He's like the biggest productivity guy on YouTube. I actually did enjoy it, but I'll be honest, I didn't like those two big things, especially the pricing. I did not enjoy that. So I started looking on places. I started looking over here on Itch. A lot of Itch places have some cool time tracking stuff. The biggest issue with things like this is that this is something that you still have to manually track, right? It's not automatic. It's not something you can just set and forget. And that is the biggest thing that I was looking for. That's the thing that I was looking for initially. And I started looking through the community plugins, and I could not find anything over here that had that automated tracking. And even if it did have some sort of automated tracking, it would only be tracked inside of Obsidian. I was thinking for a minute, wait a second, I'm a game developer, right? I can code my own stuff. So that's what I did. I ended up creating my own time tracking app, and it's a really simple app. It's not complicated at all, and I can even show you guys all the code. So this is the right side is just the program. It just launches the program, and then the left side, most of this is just like setting up how the program looks in the window. But most of the program really comes down to a few methods, and it's going to be this is just some setting stuff. The loading config, just where you want to save your file. It starts tracking, and probably stops tracking, just logging. This is where a lot of the functionality comes from, is just logging your app usage just based off of a timer and the current active window that you're using. So it's not a super complicated piece of software. It's just grabbing whatever window you're using at the time and then tracking that. And then it's loading it to a file and it's saving it to a file. So it's a really simple application, and I'm even just showing you all of the code right now. So if you wanted to just pause the video and copy that code and take it yourself, you can do that if you want. Or you could just download it. And I'm giving this software out for free. You don't have to pay anything. It's just on my website. And I'm also going to probably put it up on itch. So you can just download it on itch. It's completely free. But if you do want to support this project later, it would be nice to get a couple bucks thrown out at you. So I wanted to show you just this really simple application, how it works. So you're going to get a zip file. You're just going to extract all of it. And then you just extract it to wherever you want to extract it. And then you're going to have these files. All you have to do is you just have to launch the nice time tracker. So you're going to have to launch it. It checks through, just checks that there's no viruses. There's no viruses, okay? And then you just save it to wherever you want to save your file. And I specifically made this application to work with Obsidian. So if we just go here and we say, hey, I want to track for today, and then we just save this markdown file, a little window comes up, and all you have to do, there's a couple of settings. This update interval is just how often you want the program to update and check whenever you switch to a new program. Realistically, you probably don't need it to go above 2 seconds, but I just like the option to have like really insane, like really fast updates. So 100 milliseconds is going to check about 10 times every single second to check if you changed to a different application. And then you have an idle timeout. So depending on how long you're on your computer without touching the keyboard or mouse or any input, it will automatically time you out. But if you want to disable this, you could just click never, and then it's going to track forever, as long as you have the program running. But usually I think I set it to 10 minutes. 10 minutes is a good time where maybe I'm watching a video and I get lost, and then I go, okay, hold on, let me get back to work or something. And they just start tracking. And then that's it. You can see it's currently tracking the nice window. And then if you minimize it, it goes into the system tray, so you don't have to worry about having something else open. And then whenever you start using something else, let's say you're going into Figma, I made this little logo for the application. Let's say I'm in Figma, right? Let's say that I'm going over to Microsoft or to the Rise app or to literally, what if I'm going over just to type, you know? I want to spend some time typing, you know? Doesn't really matter. Place last one open, need such many. Pretty bad. But I think the coolest part is, even if you're working inside of Obsidian yourself, and then let's say that you want to make a new window, and you say, hey, I want to call this something I have to write for today. So we have this set as something that I have to write for today. Then we go ahead and we start typing. We start doing whatever we want to do over here. As soon as you want to stop tracking, or if you just want to let it idle out, as soon as that happens, you just go back over here. You open up the simple tracker, nice time tracker. You stop tracking, and then it will save everything that you did over to the file that you set. And now the way it works is that it just has the start time and it has the end time. And as you can see, it just tracks your Windows name, right? So nice time tracker, Figma, we're working on thumbnails in Figma. What is cloud security? So it keeps track of everything that you're wanting to do. It even if you're going to a website, it will just link your website, and that's just automatic. That's just something that happens just automatically. I didn't even code that in. That's Obsidian. It does all of this automatically. I didn't have to do anything. I was just using all the applications, and you can even see inside of Obsidian itself, it will say what file you were using, your Obsidian version, and the vault that you are in. And this is untitled, and you can see it sections it out piece by piece. So it tells you what documents you're using. And not only that, this is the total application usage time for everything. It also does session times. So it will tell you, oh, you jumped from this file to this file to this file to this file, and you can see where you clicked in what direction. And it's a really nice app. I think it's really nice. It's simple to use. It's really simple to use. And at the end of the day, the one thing that I would like it to do was if you could categorize each of these windows into like a category, that would be really nice. But for me, for right now, this works. This is exactly what I was looking for. So this is just a productivity time tracking app. If you want it, I'm telling you, it's 100% free. Just go download it. It's on itch. If you want to look at the code, I showed you the code on here. And it's also on my website if you want to download it from my website. It's free. I don't really care where you download it from, but it's just out there. And if you did want to see this program be more supported in the future, throw a couple bucks if you want. If you like it. If not, that's fine. I just made it today. It wasn't like a huge project. It was just something that I was wanting for a while, and I decided to make it. So I wanted to share it with you guys. That's it. Whenever you want to start tracking again, start tracking. So yeah, that's basically it. Really simple program. Literally 2 drop downs, 2 buttons. Hides in your system tray, so you don't even have to worry about it. And bonus feature is if you want to have a customizable icon, you can just replace out the app icon just from the folder, and whenever you launch it, it will have an updated icon as well. Just wanted to share this with you guys. And I was thinking about doing some more Unity stuff. I had some Unity videos planned, and if you guys were interested in that. Also, Unity beyond just productivity. I keep talking about doing game development content. If you want to see that, then this is the channel. And I'll probably end up doing more Obsidian stuff in the future as well.